Will the Colts at least meet with Le'Veon Bell and his agent, or just pass altogether?
I think pass, man. I don't know. It seems like a waste of time. Ballard and Reich were both asked about Marlon Mack. I think the fantasy gurus were asking about him yesterday. Tell you what, man. They love them some Marlon Mack.
Mm-hmm.
They think absolutely he's a feature back. Frank Reich, I cannot reiterate enough. He said this to JMV yesterday. He thought Nyheim Hines, which is good for our brand here on this podcast. He thought Nyheim Hines exceeded expectations last year.
After the preseason, yeah.
I'm like, Frank, well, here's $5. Thank you for saying that, because our listeners on the Nyheim Hines need to hear that. But I guess it's similar in a way to receiver, but I just think they can get by with what they have. I know that doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement for what they have, because I kind of like what they have. But yeah, I wouldn't waste my time, honestly.
Cedric asks, if you could make a realistic trade before the draft, how would it look like?
Oh my gosh. Well, a realistic trade. I trade Von Miller for a pick. I don't know. Maybe that's not realistic.
Well, I mean, at this point though, too. I mean, with Ballard, unless somebody's just giving them the franchise,
right? That's not very realistic, I guess. That's really hard for me to say. I would say Jacoby Brissett for a 3rd-round pick, and I know some people might say you're not getting a 3rd-round pick for Jacoby Brissett. JMV and I kind of went back and forth on that yesterday. But yeah, that's what I would do.
From Victor, is there any under-the-radar free agents you think would be good additions? I really like Adam Humphries and C.J. Mosley.
Well, I don't think Mosley would be under the radar. I feel like Mosley's a pretty household name. Humphries is a name that I've mentioned several times, and I really like his just reliability, trustworthiness. Tyrell Williams is the other name. A former Charger, has some connections. I think you've brought him up on past podcasts before. I don't know. Is Devin Funchess like Eric Ebron? Who knows? Probably not, but those are some of the names that kind of stick out to me.
J-Dub says, hey, KB, first off, I want to say I'm all in on Landon Collins. Also, what do you think of Montez Sweat from Mississippi State? Yeah. I think he can start day one opposite of Jabal Sheard. That would allow you to stick Lewis inside with Autry, giving us 4 guys who can rush the passer.
J-Dub, thank you for that. First off, Tyquan Lewis will be moving more inside. I think that's something we all expected in his second season, and Chris Ballard confirmed that yesterday. Montez Sweat, if he's there at 26, I'd be very surprised. He sounds like a guy that's going, I think right now in what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, seems like Bosa and Josh Allen, yeah. I always get it confused because Josh Allen was drafted last year at quarterback. Josh, I love the sweatshirts John Dorsey wears. Those like old school.
The giant sweaters.
Yeah. It's
such
like
a football guy.
Something you'd see at Goodwill. Allen and Bosa probably in the top 5 edge rushers. The second group is probably Montez Sweat, really. So I feel like he could go top 15 pretty easily. So I would, yes, in a heartbeat, you take him at 26, but I don't think he'll be there.
Ryan Hickey asks, if there's one position they attack the most aggressively in free agency, what position do you think it'll be?
It's a good question. Ballard mentioned secondary depth as something he would like to take care of. When I look at defensive line, I'm probably more of a draft guy than a free agency guy. And receiver, I could see a little bit of free agency, but more so draft. So I don't have a definite answer that just stands out to me like that position needs free agency help right away. I don't have that right now. So that's tough for me.